All right, the next comedian we have coming to the stage, she's so funny. She is one of the best roasters in the Portland Roast Battle League. And she's here tonight. Please give it up for Katie Shook.
What's up, you fucking sinners? What's up? Who's going to hell? Hell yeah, me either. When I was growing up, my neighbor was a Mormon missionary. And at that time, I like fucking hated him. He would go and he would be like banging on everyone's door. Actually, he was like limp wristing on everyone's door to be like, can I tell you about Jesus and all that cute shit? And at the time, I was like, that's so fucking annoying. Like, who does he think he is? And now as an adult, I'm like, how sick would it be if you could just go knock on somebody's door and be like, can I tell you about my special interest? Like, y'all want to hear about the history of a tandem bicycle? Yeah. You want to talk about women's soccer? Yeah, you're not allowed to do that. And it's significantly less annoying, so that's fucked. I forgot about that until I got in here and everyone was like, you know, listening to David. I was like, oh, he reminds me of Trevor. Yeah. But, yeah, you guys, I recently found out that my dad had missed my birth. And when I was like, Scott, what the fuck happened here? He was like, oh, I was a volunteer firefighter, and I was off fighting a fire. I was like, hero? What a fucking hero. And then my mom was like, no. He was in jail. I was like, oh shit. Well, you know what? Sometimes they do let prisoners fight fires, so it's possible he was not lying. We'll never know. But before my dad went to jail, he actually had a really sick job, you guys. He was a head chef at a meth lab. Yeah. I feel like my dad found religion in jail. I can only assume. I don't know. Like, I feel like you go for, it's a jump from like meth head to Christian. Like, there's like that church situation in there. I don't know what other white power weird shit he was probably getting into. And then he got out and he was like, hey, no homosexuals in this house. Poof is right. I was like, okay, Scott. But yeah, I grew up like super Christian, and my dad would always ask me, he's like, Katie, did you did you stop believing in God because you're a lesbian? And I was like, no, Scott. If anything, I would believe in God because I'm a lesbian. Like, I don't know if you ever gone down on a woman. Like, have you ever? That shit will bring you close to God. I do have a feeling my dad's never done that, though. He seems like a pussy. Seems like a loser-ass bitch. Yeah, he's a fucking tool. Yeah. Do you guys remember the moment? Well, first of all, who was religious in here? Hell yeah. Are you still afflicted? Hell yeah, great. I remember the moment I was like, no, this shit's fake. I was like 7 years old and I was riding my bike, or at the time as I used to call it, my little dykesicle. I was roaming around on that red mongoose. I was like, tits are cool. And then I slipped off the seat, pussy first to the bar of the bike. Like, hard. Have you ever? Has anyone ever? Yeah. It's like, I didn't know what a clit was, but I was like, that's broken now. Like, I can't explain it, but it like feels good, but it hurts, and I think I need medical attention. And in that moment, I was like, no God could exist. Like, I clammed my jam so fucking hard. If God was real, I would have seen him. You know what I mean? Like, just so fucking hard. But I was like, a loving God could not make that happen to me. Even then, I was like, this is bullshit. Like, what the fuck? I was like, I will not be manipulated by a man at 7 years old, but... You know, I was for a while. I grew up in the middle of nowhere. It was not a safe place to be a homosexual, and it was like, here my options were like, I don't know, maybe get killed, pretend that God is real, and so I was like, yeah, God's real, and the whole time I was like, this is a fucking lie. You guys don't know what critical thinking is. And then I was like, I'm gonna fake it. I'm gonna fucking just, it's real, it's cool. I'm never gonna get baptized. Like, I'm not gonna go that far. I'm just gonna like stay alive. But then I found out that my church was baptizing people in the hot tub. I was like, okay, So what do I have to do to get dunked for daddy in here? Let's go. I grew up so poor. I was like, this might be my only hot tub interaction I ever fucking have. I want to get in there. And they were like, do you accept Christ as your Lord and Savior? And I was like, is there any other way I can get in this fucking hot tub? I have to do it. The whole time I did it, I was just like, I just remember like as they dunked me under, I was like, I bet I could. This is wild that I thought this, but I thought, I bet I could find the Loch Ness Monster. And then I kind of panicked and I wanted to like come out, but like I feel like he did hold me under there a little longer. I feel like he like the preacher dude like knew. He was like, you've got a lot to think about down there. And now as an adult, I'm like, damn, wouldn't it have been sick if he just didn't let, no, I'm kidding. Fucking kidding. We talked about this. Got dunked for daddy. Yeah. Talk amongst yourself, it's fine. You know, we don't think about something for so long and then you think about it and you're like, damn, my childhood was fucked up. Yeah. That's what's happening right now. We're just like processing, okay?
What denomination were you in?
Like deep Baptist, like hella Southern Baptist, but in Nevada. I don't know how that was happening. Geography is hard. Okay, so yeah, as I like, you know, got older, the pressure to be like, it was either, yeah, like I said, either find out I'm gay or like go really hard for Daddy God. And so I went really hard for Daddy God, and I went to this Christian camp in 10th grade. Have you guys ever heard of Young Life? Yes. Yeah. They get you with the fucking amenities, okay? 1 minute you're sitting in school, and then the next minute some lady with like, just like weird vibes comes in and she's like, do you guys want to ride go-karts? Do you want to go horseback riding in the mountains of California? Do you want to get close with Christ? And I'm like, I don't think I do, but all my friends were doing it, so then I went. And I don't know if you guys know this, but the queer, like the Christ to queer pipeline is fucking insane. I went to that camp and I was like, oh my God, like I can't let nobody can know I'm like a raging little dyke. I left there with a fucking girlfriend. Yeah, I saw my first pair of tits that were not my own at Jesus camp.
So God is good.
I know. I was like, you know what? This dude's cool. Jesus probably fucks too. Like he's probably fucking cool. Like he's cool. I would be his friend. You know what I mean? Yeah. So we talked about me seeing titties. Right. So being like a fake little Christian, it was cool for a while, and then I ended up, you know, like, as you do when you grow up gay, grew up to be deeply depressed. And I was like, oh God, I should like do something about this, right? So like a couple years ago, I was like, I'm gonna go to a therapist. Like it's cool, I'm gonna do it. And I went and I was just like, hey, like I would love to kill myself sometimes. And this bitch looked me dead in the face, I swear to God. And she said, that's just like, cause you're an Aries, dude. That's a truth, that happened here. I don't think I need to tell you what happened here. I think it's like, goes without saying, but like, I was like, what the fuck, bitch? Like, how did you know? Like, that's all I said to her. I was like, I want to be dead. And she was like, you fucking Aries bitch. I feel like she's like diagnosing her other patients with like tarot cards and shit. She's like, oh, we got a fucking 10 of wands. You stupid Sagittarius bitch. Get your life together. No, I had a better diagnosis from a woman named Sharon in the middle of nowhere, Nevada, at the Great Clips. I walked in with so much hair. You guys, I walked in, like, tell me, maybe I was like unclear. I said, can you give me a haircut that's shorter, but still long enough for a ponytail? We all understand what I mean? Yeah. Short, long enough for a pony, right? I walked out with a fucking mullet. And it was like unconsensual. I was like, I'm gonna live my whole life without having to have a mullet. And Sharon was like, no, you little dyke, you are getting a fucking... And then on the way out, she was like, here's your softball glove and Brandy Carlisle CD. I'll see you at the Lilith Fair. We talked about how I wish I could talk to people about tandem bikes. I did get the light, so we're gonna wrap this fucking shit up, you guys. I know you're like, Katie, stay. I fucking can't, okay? Calm down. It's like, I would if I could, but Chris, like, get the fuck out of here, you know? This is not related to God, I don't think, but I was playing a board game the other day, and I had to roll the dice, or like the die. I don't know what it is. I'm fucking stupid. And I rolled it, and then I had to like count all my fingers. I was like, oh, you know, like I told you I grew up in Nevada. And then my friend like looked at me, and he was like, bitch, are you really counting on your fingers right now? And I was like, yeah, dude. As a lesbian, I'm literally always counting on these fingers. That was fun. I've been Katie. Keep it going for Chris.